What's your relationship status? Can you tell us?
Yeah, I'm single.
Okay. Love that for us.
I love that for y'all. I don't love that for my empty hotel room.
Welcome back to another episode of Girls Gotta Eat.
Oh my God. I'm so excited about today's episode.
Today's
partners. We're feeling really good.
I'm doing amazing. I just said to Ashley, I'm doing such a good job
I am
at
just
work
feeling
lately.
so, I love October. I love the fall. The weather is on point. Like, I'm just feeling like we're like on top of the world.
We learned yesterday the rich guys are getting their tax returns in October. So it's a great time to start dating. And it's a beautiful day out. Mom let us work in the courtyard today outside of the office.
I was like, kids, we're meeting in the courtyard. What'd you say? You're like, it's when the teacher...
It's like when the teacher lets you have class on the lawn.
That happened very rarely for us.
Yeah, like once a year.
My best memories unlocked are when they would roll the VCR into the room. You're like, fuck yeah.
The teacher's hungover.
That's what I said at our show.
Day.
I was like, you realize we had a lot of teachers at one of our shows. I was like, you guys are all going to be hungover tomorrow. You're going to have to roll that VCR into the room. These girls are in their 20s. They're like, what? What is the VCR?
We have so many teachers at our show.
I love them because they got to wake up at 5 a.m. the next morning and deal with little kids. I'm like, have fun tonight, bitches. And they're always so lit.
We're back, guys. We're back from a crazy week. 5 shows, Minneapolis, Denver, and Phoenix. You guys were wild.
It was so wild. We knew it would be. We will kind of keep this recap short because you literally don't care. But
about your stupid live show.
A lot of crazy stuff happened. We had a dream come true with an engagement in Phoenix, our last show of the trip. I did coordinate a lot of that, and I was DMing with the guy, and I couldn't believe it was like happening. Like, I was messaging with him, and it was so incredible that it worked out, and that this couple, that's where she wanted to get engaged, and he did too, and that they got engaged at our show, and it was really special. It's on my TikTok if you want to look. Ash Hess.
So congrats to you guys, and thank you for making my dreams come true. This is all I've ever wanted at a live show.
Yeah.
It's for somebody to get engaged, and we ended the run with, it was like the last thing we did.
Like, we got off stage after that. We did our toast, and I forgot part of it, and we said goodnight. I was just like,
I said your line, and then you said my line. I was like, all just combined. Like, on stage, there was black makeup all over my eyes. I was crying on stage.
I was like, let me get that quesadilla though. So I always leave. So if you guys really want to know, if a place has a quesadilla, like usually a comedy club, Bella's laughing, I will eat half before and then leave the rest and eat half after because it sits well. I like a room temp quesadilla.
Yeah.
And where did I leave a note? There was one city that was like, don't clear this. And you were like, did you leave a note for the waitstaff?
Also, it was ground meat, and Ashley doesn't like a lot of meat and things, so she will pull the protein out of stuff. And so this pile of ground chicken was just on the plate that you were digging your fingers in.
I just did it just now with my wrap.
I know.
I don't like too big chunks of meat or even seafood. Like, I don't want a jumbo shrimp or even a jumbo scallop. Too big to bite into, like a chunk of an animal is too much.
I've always hid this from you.
What? Oh no.
When we go to Wawa and get sandwiches, I always get extra meat. I always hide that part of it. I always make sure I'm blocking the screen so you can't see it.
That is so funny. You're extra meat, and I'm like, what's the opposite of extra? Just less meat.
Less meat.
Is that, I don't know what it is. Like, it's biting into too big of a hunk of meat or an animal. Like, I don't know what it is. Like, if I see a shrimp that's too big, I'm like, nope.
Oh, I have a question because I don't actually remember this. I know your parents are pescatarians. Did you grow up with a lot of meat in the house? I don't remember when they became pescatarians.
We grew up as kids, like, eating everything. Like, they've never been too big on the red meat, but we had like steaks here and there, sloppy joes, stuff like that. Probably more like chicken and fish. Like, we've always been like on the healthier side, but yeah, my parents went full blown pescatarian. I don't know, maybe when we were in like high school.
I don't love chewing steak. I don't like the way that it feels in my teeth.
Yeah.
Too tough.
I like small bites. I eat fast, but I do like a small bite. I like to eat with a little fork.
My ex used to call me Big Bites Greenberg. All I do is take big bites. I love big bites.
You have a big mouth.
I do. I suck a good dick.
Yeah. Another crazy thing, I can let Raina speak on it, but we wanted to, that happened at the shows. that we would love to happen again. We just kind of, these shows are getting crazier. We're doing so much more stuff with you guys in the audience. We're kind of veering away from like the long stories because like they're just getting wild and every show is different. And that's what makes them so fun. So you guys are still sending us in stories. Keep doing it. We're kind of moving away from that, but keep sending them because if something hits right, we'll use it at the show. But we like shorter, like here's what's happening here. I'm bringing this person to the show. I'm bringing my boyfriend, yada, yada. I want him to propose. If you want to tell me that, let me know. I'll message it.
Any of you want to get engaged at the
just
show,
let us know.
Message us. We'll make
but
it
has to be legit. If we find out that you've already been engaged and you just want attention, we'll ruin your life.
Ashley,
no, I'm kidding.
Ashley can sniff a lie out.
I know.
Like
I know. I'm like, that's not a real reaction. But yeah, do you want to tell this thing that happened?
This girl, she's an icon, Carly. Every Carly is always the most fun in any
we
group.
love Carly's.
And we were saying also, every Carly is like crazy, but not too crazy. You're embarrassed to bring her out with you.
Crazy with a K.
Crazy, huge, big time K energy.
Yeah.
Crazy. Anyways, this girl, Carly, I'm not kidding, 5 minutes before we walked on stage, was like, my friends are coming to the show. I couldn't come. Feel free to roast them. And I was like, okay, give me the dirt. And she is such an icon. And she was like, and she just like broke it out. Every single girl, so much shit talk on, I mean, good natured. It was very funny.
Yes, like one-liners. She's
one-liners.
a queen of roasting, and we roasted all our friends. They were like, yes, do it. Like we asked them first. We're like, is this okay with you guys? We have the video. I want to make sure they're okay for us to post the video. Again, it's just their first name. So hopefully they'll say yes and we'll post this on YouTube or something. But it was incredible. Like every single one-liner about these friends was like hysterically fun. I could barely get through that.
I thought I was going to have to leave the stage. It's actually like one of 2 times, if you were at the LA show at the Will Turn 2 years ago, it's the only other time it was as funny. I thought I would have to leave the stage.
I forget what happened to me where I was like, I can't breathe.
Yeah.
Like I'm laughing too hard. I can't breathe.
I started fanning my face and thinking about funerals. That's how bad it was.
Yeah.
I was like, people died.
So if you guys have like just whatever, like stuff about people in the audience, or you can't make it, you want to roast your friends, get their approval first. You know, we don't want to really embarrass anybody that they don't see it coming, but we'll always ask first too at the show. But let us know. Stories at girlsgottaeatpodcast.com. You're coming to the shows, literally anything. And then if you remember this while you're writing the email, tell us where you're sitting, because the next shows from here on out, all which are sold out, are Boston, 3 shows at the Wilbur, and then the Chicago Theater and the Beacon in New York. So those are big venues. We need to know where you're at if we're going to be talking to you. And while we're here, also dress up for Boston, not full mask, not full hamburger, nothing you can hide weapons under.
Don't bring a weapon.
And no, don't bring a weapon. We're going to do pat downs. We are. You know what? Bella, email the security for the Wilbur.
And send them my photo and ask for photos back. You know I love a security guard.
We need a lookbook. And this is the last call for Cancun. There's still some tickets left. So if you guys want to come party with us in Cancun, do it. The show is going to be crazy. We have a poolside show. We don't even know what's going to happen. I was like, get bottles of tequila and put a little topper on it because we're going to be pouring into people's mouths. I don't know. It's in the afternoon. So just come to Cancun if you feel like you want. You need a little getaway. There are still packages available. JFL Escapes, and that's on our website too.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then, by the way, just people have asked, it is a ticket to the whole festival.
Yes.
You see every show. You see Nikki Glaser, Tom Segura. There's tons and tons of people coming. So come. Our show will either be Friday afternoon or Saturday afternoon. We will let you know on Instagram. We do not have 100% confirmation, but just come there by Friday and you'll see us.
Yeah. And people like to know where we stay. When we were on tour, we stayed in a couple of really incredible places. The Halcyon in Denver. It was in Cherry Creek. That area of Denver is awesome. I mean, it's all like fancy. It feels like the fancy part of Atlanta, like this Cherry Creek area. I was like so excited about. The hotel is stunningly beautiful. I was just floored by all of it. Water stations on every floor. I judge a hotel based on its water.
With bottles.
On every floor, they had like a tap with like, if you want sparkling water, still water, hot water for tea, and then branded bottles. Every floor, you guys.
Unbelievable. They had a rooftop
Unreal.
with a pool and live music. It was gorgeous. A great place to take a date.
Great
we
restaurant.
saw this hot guy on a date there. 2 restaurants downstairs. Local Jones,
yeah.
And Quality Italian, which is in New York City. I used to work for that restaurant group. Unbelievable restaurants. We just loved it so much. The hospitality was great. 24-hour coffee bar.
I walked up when they said that. I was like, shut up. Like, I couldn't even believe. 24-hour coffee bar, little brownies there, any kind of coffee you could want, water on every floor. Can't stress it enough.
Ashley's dream. We're going back to Denver. And then Ashley and I decided to take a couple's vacation after our work vacation. And we went to the JW Marriott Camelback Resort in Scottsdale.
Yes.
We just had the most amazing time. I have never spent any time in Scottsdale, like at a resort. Now I understand why people go to rehab there. It's people don't go to rehab at the JW, or maybe they do. I don't know.
You never know.
But we had an amazing spa day there. The food was great. We had great food at the spa. We got massages. We had a really nice dinner by the fireplace. The rooms were unreal, massive, have great views. So if you're in either of those areas or you're looking to take a cool vacation, we can't recommend those places enough.
The Camelback Inn, everything is incredible and beautiful. Arizona is just such a vibe. Just cactuses everywhere, cacti everywhere.
Cacti?
So many photo ops. I had to tell you this. We got back Monday evening.
Okay.
So we left Scottsdale Monday morning. I got a DM from this guy. This is what he wrote word for word. 6'5", 27 years old, liberal. I'm perfect for you. He lives in Scottsdale.
Why did we
Sir,
not fly back?
I just left there this morning.
I don't understand why you didn't slide in 24 hours earlier. You could have come to the spa, the Camelback Spa.
I don't ride his camelback. I don't know. That didn't make sense.
Is that a thing? Camel toe, camelback.
Yeah, I'll show you my camel toe, and then you can blow that back out.
What is Get up in this camel toe.
Blow your back out. Okay.
Okay, a couple other updates if you're at the shows. If not, you can fast forward 30 seconds. I just want to let you guys know, Minneapolis, the whole city was invested in what happened with this guy that came up on stage. So just so you guys know, nothing happened. But I feel like I'm back on my bullshit. There is a security guard that slid into my DMs while we were on tour. I won't say where he works because I don't want to get him in trouble. But you guys know I love a security guard. He said, I wanted to say your show was both hilarious and erotic. Even though I wasn't able to chime in due to working security, it was still entertaining. Me and my buddy had quite the talk about you girls after the show. Go knock them dead. This was insane.
Okay. You know what I'm thinking we do? We update some of our language on our website and ticket sales to say this show is both hilarious and erotic. Security guard at the Fillmore or whatever.
It's so funny.
You know what I mean? Oh my God.
That should be what if that was our Instagram bio? Just that.
Both hilarious and erotic security guard.
That is really on brand.
Well, speaking of erotic, our guest today. Oh my God, you guys. We have Mike Johnson on today. He is just a specimen. He is so hot. His voice is so hot. His whole energy. I'm obsessed with him. He hasn't followed me on Instagram yet, but I haven't followed him either.
To use Ashley's terms, he is an absolute unit.
He's an absolute unit. I feel bad at the beginning of the episode. I didn't cut it. If I was embarrassed about it, I would cut it. I did give him kind of a backhanded compliment, but I owned it because I don't like compliments like that. But I was worried. Some of these people that have been on reality shows, specifically The Bachelor, can feel not genuine. They can feel a little corny, they spew a lot of stuff. Not all of them, obviously. We love Kendall, Caitlin. We've done stuff with people from the show, but they don't feel real. And he felt real, and he's just so awesome. And he's so beautiful. He came into the Zoom. I was like, fuck me. But
literally.
Yeah, but literally fuck me. Raina makes it weird. So get ready for that. And one thing I have to say, just to give a little heads up, because we talked about this before we officially were recording with him, is we were joking earlier with him about Dale Moss. And I think what happened was, this was so funny. I think you said we discovered Dale, and Mike said Party City discovered Dale, which was just so fucking funny. Because if you know this, Dale went viral for being a Party City model, and one of the costumes that really stuck out to everybody was him in this taco costume. And I have a taco costume as well. I don't know if it's from Party City. I forget where I got it. I've had it for years. I wore it, I think, for the first time in Halloween 2015. And so it's just funny because Mike kind of references a taco. It's good. It's funny. But that's the backstory is, and if you guys don't know, Google Dale Moss Party City taco and you'll see. But it's just funny. And Dale is funny about it too. Speaking of Dale. Do you
have a Dale story for me?
This is just funny. These girls last night, they came to one of my shows at the stand, and then I had to run out, and I was coming back to the stand. I had to run an errand, whatever. And they're walking towards me in the street, these three girls, and I'm like, I feel like they're fans. They know who I am. I could tell by the way they were looking at me. And this one girl rips her mask off, and she goes, "Are you going to meet Dale?" And
a stranger on the street yelled to see you. So
I get up close to him, and I could tell they knew me. And she was like, "Are you going to meet Dale?" And I didn't know what she meant. I just laugh, and I'm like, "What?" Ha ha ha. I was friendly about it, and she was like, "Girl, you're wearing a backpack," and I was like, "Oh my God." She's just doing bits out of the street, roasting you. And even when I talked to them for a minute, they had just come to Minneapolis, and when we walked away, I apologized. I was like, "Girl, I'm so sorry I didn't get that joke." She was so quick with it. She saw me walking up. So I have this new backpack.
Yeah,
it's
I don't
with a
even
new
know about
partner
this.
of ours, which they're going to start coming up on some older episodes. Lululemon. We're so excited to be partnering with them. Get ready if you hear Lululemon ad reads, and this really fun mini backpack, because I want a backpack for when I'm biking around on a city bike, a small one.
I bought one of the crossbody fanny packs.
Okay,
my first one.
Love that. for you.
Thank you.
But anyway, it was just so funny that she saw me a backpack on and she was like, you going to meet Dale? I was like, how did I not pick up on that joke? I'm going to the comedy club for my third set of the night. I'm not out here not understanding jokes.
You were tired. You
I know I was tired. I had a day yesterday. I almost passed down the street.
Yeah. Ashley and I have had COVID so many times. It's crazy.
I don't have COVID, but I did have to lay down on a bench yesterday morning. So if anyone saw me around 10 a.m., I was laying on a bench like a homeless person, honestly.
I just love that our fans are like our fans. I love that our audience is so like quick and funny. And like you said this last week, and I just like, I echo it so much. Like I've never felt closer to them. 10 billion soup tags. Thank you for stopping sending me the soup memes and just tagging me in your soup videos,
yeah,
which I love. So you guys have just been so great, and we are so amped to do these shows coming up. And I think that our plan is we will announce the new live shows. Tickets will be on sale in November, and we have new merch in November. So it's soon.
Early November. And we're going to do things a little differently. We're going to do it like everybody else does it on this earth. And we're going to give you a heads up before. So if it's like November 8th, they're all going on sale. We will tell you next week.
Yeah. November 1st.
So you don't need to feel like, oh my God, I got to listen. We want you to listen first thing in the morning, but we will give you some heads up on when everything is going to go on sale. So we've never done that before. We're just like, hey, what's up? It's on sale. Go out, get after it. Someone's like, I had a doctor's appointment. Now it's sold out. You know what I mean? So we're going to be a little bit better about that, giving you guys a heads up, doing it like every other performer in the world. And that's that. People want an update on the guy that ghosted me, the little Frankie's date guy. I posted the video on TikTok because they wanted it over there because I'm blowing up over there. And people in the comments were like, give us an update every week, even if there's nothing to update. There is nothing to update.
I know. I would want an update every week too, though. Because I'm just, even if there's nothing, I just want to know that we don't know anything.
And this one girl said on that video, she goes, okay, so we can kind of hear his voice. I think the snack heads are going to get the CIA involved. And I said, bitch, people think he's in the CIA.
Yeah, that's real. I mean, that's the only thing that any of us can think.
It's so funny
that he died.
Maybe he just didn't like me.
Or he died. No, that's not what I think. I do not think that a man that spent the entire night with you does not like you. Watched your comedy, took you out to dinner, went back to your place. He likes you.
Oh, and then these girls came here and went to Lil Frankie's, like where he took me on the date. This girl, I always message with her. I think she lives in Atlanta. She came and like they went to eat there and she tagged me. I was like, I'm so glad you guys are having meals at my expense. Like, it was funny to me.
It's on the Ashley Has a Time bus tour.
I know.
I also love that this guy can't see comedy anymore in New York. Like the two best clubs in New York. I mean, I think the Stand is the top, but also the Cellar. And like this guy can't go to the Stand anymore.
Well, he could go. He'd have to see when we were like on tour somewhere else. This guy's like checking my tour schedule. He's like, they're in Chicago. I can go to the Stand.
Right. He can only. I know, but like all the other people there know him too now.
Nobody knows
that. One girl saw him, the one he lied about going to college with.
That's true. But she's not going to, I don't even think she would really remember. I mean, it was just so under the radar. At this point, it's been so long. Like, would I even recognize him?
I don't know. Hope it was worth it.
I recognize his watch. He wears a Cartier, you guys. There's another tidbit for you.
Okay. What color?
There was a stolen Cartier. I'm kidding. He was a big Cartier, because we were looking at each other's watches, because he had a Cartier, I have a Rolex, whatever. He's a big tank Cartier. Like, okay. The traditional, like, big men's watch. I put it on. I was like, ooh.
Okay, so there you go, guys. This is another
He's listening
piece.
right now. He's like, this picture's obsessed.
Well, I don't what, motherfucker? I'm obsessed with you, and that's why we keep talking about it.
I don't care anymore. Everybody else cares. I care. Also, I want to give a shout out to Raina, because she I'm usually like the witch of the group, and I'm like predicting stuff, and I'm like, I know stuff before it's going to happen. I have like a really great intuition. Raina has a good intuition too, but lately she's been on top of it.
I'm amazing.
She predicted a breakup of one of our guy friends. Raina was like, I think him and his girlfriend broke up.
On it.
She was right. You, one of the guys at the venue, you said he was hot before everyone else realized it. You texted us on the group chat. You said Clint's hot. I was like, what? And then later that night I was like, wait, he is hot. I have an ex that I never thought would glow up, and Raina said he's glowing up, and I'm like, bitch, no, he's not. And then sure enough, the next week he glowed up. You've just been like kind of
a creep.
Your intuition has been on point lately.
About being a creep.
It's very funny that you notice potential of guys being hot before anyone else. Like, Raina will be like, that guy's hot. And everyone's like, ew. And then like an hour later, we're like, wait, he is.
I'm attracted to a lot of people. I'm a really sexual person. And everybody I look at, I'm like, would I or wouldn't I? I'm like a dude. Yeah. Like, I think that like men are just like, I wouldn't or I wouldn't. Like men have like two buckets, like yes and no. And like, that's what I'm like too.
But Clint, like it was one of those slow rolls. It was kind of like a second impression Bobby. Like night one, one, I didn't see it. Again, thought he was like an attractive guy. But then night 2, I was like, he's hot.
Well, also, all these people are behind masks when we meet them.
True.
So at the venue, they're always trying to they're masked people.
But I mean, this thing with my ex, Raina was like, he's glowing up. I was like, he would never. Because my whole thing is when I date people, they glow down and then they get married. But Raina was just like, I think he's getting hot. And I was like, what? And then sure enough, what?
He has revenge body.
You two should start a plan together, a workout plan. Keep each other accountable.
I'm like, I can't get a revenge body. I'm not sad enough.
Oh my God, what else? It's still breakup season. It's still, people are breaking up left to right and they're emailing us all the time.
We made it through Mercury retrograde, but it's still the anti-cuffing season.
Yeah.
But yeah, speaking of breakups, we obviously did a breakup episode a couple weeks ago, and you guys have just sent like so many amazing messages to us and to me personally, just sharing your stories of what you're going through. And one of the things that like is echoed so much is like, I can't like let this go. And I think that sometimes that happens because you're just like communicating so much and you get upset, you get drunk, you fire off a text.
Yeah.
So one thing, and I talk about this a lot, it really helps me to like write everything I'm feeling on in a Word doc, not in the notes section of your cell phone that you can have with you while you are drinking. Put it in a Word doc, leave it at home. Because I think what like continues the cycle a lot in breakups in general is that like you get really angry, you write a bunch of stuff in the notes section of your phone, and then you have 2 drinks and you think it's a good idea to fire it off. And that just keeps the cycle going with this person. And the relationship doesn't die, you know? It's still just like there. So not like a hot take, but like if a Word doc is offline, keep it at home on your computer. You're rarely going to have a couple drinks and fire that off to the person and start a fight and be embarrassed and feel like you didn't handle this in a classy way.
Well, even with anything with conflicts of your exes or your current partner that you're fighting with or your friends or your boss or whatever, like just you got to get it out. So you can scream it out, you can work it out on the Peloton or whatever, but you can also write it out and just like you have to let it leave your body. You'll just you'll seethe inside. And if you are a person who likes to write, who likes to tip tap type away, like just get it out and in words on paper. It does help. Like I've always done that. I used to be, I was just joking earlier. I was like, unfortunately for my ex, I always hit send on those, but like I'm better now. I mean, that was years ago, but to this too, we have a close friend that went through a breakup right around the same time as Raina. And, she's good with the breakup. Like she's doing fine. She's back on these streets, going on dates, but he has kind of been, they were like long distance. So he's been reaching out from afar and just really, it's a lot. It's too much. She will tell us kind of the stuff he says. And it always is stuff that feels very intentionally crafted to elicit a response from her, to anger her to the point of like
rage texting.
Yeah. Like, you didn't love me enough, or, that's an example, like stuff like that, like stuff to trigger you to respond. And so, gosh, I mean, we could do a whole episode on this and we could like list out what those things say, but I've lived through this. You probably lived through this. Like our friend is living through this as we speak, like these certain messages that are designed to make you mad and make you be like, I loved you so much. Like they don't mean that. They're saying the right things. Some people are very smart. They know exactly what to say to rile you up, to get a response out of you. And they'll keep going with these things that are really meant to get under your skin to the point that they just want to engage with you. And I know it is so much easier said than done, but like, just don't engage, or just like, sorry, you feel that way. Keep it moving. Like you can't go back because you will do it forever. You will do it forever. I had an ex that did this, like always with the things of like, you never did this, or you did this, or you did this, and like bring up stuff from the past that I would feel the rage inside my body and I couldn't really help myself. And I've been able to take a step back and realize that people, not just men, I mean, women too, like people do this with an intention and they might not even mean it. Like they might not even mean like, you never loved me. You know what I mean? Like shit in that vein. Again, we can compile some more of these and read them on an episode. I could do breakup content forever, but just don't buy into it. You know what I mean? A lot of times they're drinking or they're, freaking out and they're projecting it onto you. And so the more you can ignore, because the more you give it air, the more it like flames the fire, and they're just going to you'll never stop.
Yeah, you got to close the loop at some point. And it's so easy to like lean in the drama.
It's so hard not to.
The drama, like, I don't want to call it fun, but like it is. You get all charged up. You tell all your friends about it. You're like, I can't fucking believe you did this. You send all your friends everything on a group chat. Like everyone's mad. It is like you said, easier said than done. But like you got to close the loop at some point and just walk away from this.
And they might not even believe what they're saying. They're just trying to get a response from you. Like one of my exes would kind of do a thing that he knew I would need to defend. He would say a thing, whether it was recent or it was from the past, it was from a year prior, that he knew I couldn't let go. Like he would bring up something that happened and twist it because he knew I would have to be like, that's not what fucking happened. You know what I mean? And like, I'm screaming like, that's not what happened. Oh my God. And like, he might have even known deep down, like, hee, I know, but here you are freaking out and showing me emotion. Cause it's not that they hate you. Like they love you. Like, and when you're that mad about somebody, you still love them too, or it wouldn't bother you, or you still have feelings for them. You know, they say the opposite of love is indifference. Like if you feel indifferent, the emotion is gone. So people do this. And, we've just been trying to coach our friend. She's a little younger than us. I'm like, this is what he's doing. Don't do it. And I feel like it's been a journey because it's hard, but you know, it's practice.
Yeah. And we've said this on the show before, but like, I think when you break up with somebody, you want to feel like your narrative of what happened is their narrative. And so whether they're doing it on purpose or not, preying on your insecurities, when somebody says this thing happened and they know that that is not necessarily what happened, and your knee-jerk reaction to defend it is you saying like, I want you to think what I think, and I want you to see the situation. It doesn't matter. You broke up because you don't see things the same way. And I think the grief is a process. And, you know, just like when somebody dies, the relationship is a death and it's over, and you're going to go through a huge range of emotions. And that's why I like suggest writing stuff in a Word doc as opposed to like on your phone, you could fire it off. Cause I write stuff down and I'm so angry. And the next day I'm sad and embarrassed. And then the next day I'm indifferent.
Raina's queen of this.
I am.
Like day one rage, write it out. Day two, you feel better. Day three, you don't even need to send it.
Yeah. And that's how I feel. Like it's really, really helped me to like, I mean, as I was growing up, just get better at this. Cause I think grief is a huge process, and every day you're going to feel differently the day before. And how shitty does it feel to feel like if I just waited 24 hours, I wouldn't have sent that, wouldn't have opened this door, you know?
I heard Drake on an interview, hear me out, talking about the 72-hour rule, which is for like a scandal or something, like not if it's really bad, of course, but not if it's an assault or something like that. But for celebrities, like you go viral for something not very flattering, or you've done something, and a lot of celebrities, their inclination, a lot of people, is you've been accused of something or somebody's making fun of you or you're trending on Twitter, your inclination is to respond. But if it's really not something that's like a cancelable offense, something really terrible, a crime or whatever, an assault, things like that, then it will go away because the next thing will come into the news cycle. So it's different, but I'm saying like he's been a person that waits. Like stuff, people popped off about Drake here and there, and I don't know that Drake's the same. Like, don't get me, I think Drake can be problematic in some ways, but you don't really see him like needing to defend it right away, pop off, start the stuff. I think he is a person that like takes a breather and like waits it out. In 3 days, it's gone and you don't even remember it. And so it's like a 48-hour rule, maybe a 72-hour rule, but I just kind of like that of like, you will not feel how you did today in 3 days.
100%. I love that. Actually, I think about the Khloe Kardashian thing with that photo that got released, and she like made all these statements, and then it spiraled into this whole thing. And then it looked like she wasn't being body positive, and this like bad bitch you thought she was, and it spiraled into so many news cycles. And it was like, if she had just never said anything, I would have never known it even happened.
It's the Streisand effect too, is what it is. Now we're kind of spiraling, but like I could talk about this shit forever too. It's like, oh my God, the Khloe Kardashian thing made me feel crazy because I was like, if you never even mentioned this, if Kim wasn't telling people to take it down, no one would have given a shit. And you would have looked way more body positive.
100%.
And like everything in life, time, you know, trust and time will tell all. Justin Bobby. Is that the quote?
I don't know. I love the image of Justin
Time
Bobby.
and truth will tell all. No, yeah. So take a breather and just don't play into these people doing these things. And you know, something else we were talking about, Raina, like recently, like we've talked about this on the podcast. It's not a hot take, but like the urge to share inside jokes or to be like, I'm watching our show or something like that. Like you mentioned that when, after you guys had broken up, you were like, I just want to tell them this funny thing. I was like, tell somebody else. Like you tell me, find a new memory with somebody else. Like you got to fill those voids. Cause those are the things that keep you going back. Season 3 of Succession is on. That was our show. We always watch together. Watch it with somebody else, watch it alone, cook your HelloFresh, watch it with your dog. Don't text your ex. You know what I mean? Like you have to replace them in these ways. And you just said that one time to me and I was like, don't do it. Don't do it, girl.
Yeah, don't do it. I mean, anytime that you can just do something else. And then if you wait 24 hours, you'll feel better. You will have filled your life with a different experience. And the quicker you can separate, the better.
Yes. And I know you guys are thinking like, no, I saw this funny thing. We always joked about this thing and then I saw it on the street.
No.
Don't do it. I'm your mom. Don't do it.
Tell Ashley.
You had a joke about a Kia Soul.
DM Ashley.
You saw one on the street. You had to take a picture and text your ex. I don't talk about Raina's ex, but don't do it. Send it to somebody else and be like, hey, me and Trevor used to always joke about Kia Souls. Can I send these jokes to you? Tell your best friend. I'd be like, say less.
Sure.
Text me all the Kia Souls you want. It's the ugliest car.
They're everywhere.
They're everywhere. It's a pandemic.
That car is a pandemic.
That's what I'm saying.
All right. Well, speaking of comedy, we have a recommendation for you guys.
Were we speaking of comedy?
Like an hour ago? We talked about the stand a while ago.
Yeah. Oh, right. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
We have a recommendation for you guys. Our friend Ricky Velez, who's an unbelievable comedian. You might have seen him touring with Aziz Ansari and Pete Davidson. You've seen him in the King of Staten Island also. Mm-hmm. He's a friend of ours. He's wonderful. He has a special coming out October 23rd, so the day of this podcast 2 days ago, on HBO Max. It's called Here's Everything. The promo photo is amazing. He's just butt naked.
Yeah. I went to the taping.
And you went to the taping.
Yeah.
Right.
So
So
he's wonderful. We love him. I went to the taping. Can't recommend it enough. Like I can tell you, like I've seen it, you know, maybe some edits here and there, but was just really so good. I brought Rob and Allison. They both loved it too. And we just can't recommend enough. Check it out, you guys. HBO. Max.
Yeah.
HBO is just killing it.
HBO Max. I'm in these. Oh, and also new Succession started. Did not disappoint.
Okay.
It is one of my favorite shows of all time. If you guys haven't seen it, it's basically based on the Murdoch family. It's a New York City media family. Everybody is just a cutthroat sociopath. It's like really well done. The drama of it all. It's really phenomenal. If you like family drama kind of shows, if you like The Sopranos or Mad Men, you will love it. Season 3 is out. The second episode came out last night. Unbelievable.
Okay. I watched season 2, Love on the Spectrum, which I just love. And I just love Michael so much.
I know.
There's a lot of the same characters from season 1 and some new people too. So Love on the Spectrum on Netflix, season 2. It's about people who are on the spectrum and them dating. It's filmed in Australia. It's just a feel-good show.
I know. If you guys heard us recommend the first season too, it really is.
I like,
special.
we have Michael on the show. I just love him.
I'm watching The Real Housewives reunion. I can't get enough. It's a 4-part series, just roasting Erica Jane. What?
No, I'm sorry.
What happened?
Finish. No, I had my other show, but I had already recommended it, Queens, but it didn't disappoint. Queens on ABC, streaming on Hulu. Also, the 90s girl rap group that comes back together. It's got Eve, Brandy, one girl who was never in a group, and then the fourth girl, which I didn't realize she was in 3LW.
3LW.
Yeah, so they have 3 like actual singers, performers. Sorry, I interrupted you.
No, that's it. I don't have anything else to say. That's it. Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, 4-part reunion, and it's just lighting up Erica Jane. So, I mean, listen, I don't want to watch anybody get bullied, but I don't know if you apologized to the victims and said you felt bad for them. Maybe people would stop doing that. I don't know.
Amen.
And then I'm watching New Vanderpump. I don't know, reluctantly. That's
We
it.
got to get back to LA, do our tour. We got to get back to Sir.
February.
Miss it every day. Oh yeah, February. Teaser alert.
You guys, we're going to be down the whole West Coast. We're going to announce that soon.
Announcing it soon.
All right, guys, we are so excited about today's guest. He is a former contestant on The Bachelor and Bachelor in Paradise. He was a huge fan favorite. He is a mentor and spokesperson for Big Brothers and Big Sisters of America, a U.S. Air Force veteran, author of Making the Love You Want, and host of the podcast Talking It Out. Oh my God, you do so much. Welcome to the show, Mike Johnson.
Thank you for having me. That was kind of a dope intro. I really appreciate it.
We had to hype you up because you're homeless, jobless, and what is it?
Living in a hotel room, you have no money or job.
Yeah. I'm broke. You know, you said I'm a mentor of Big Brothers. My mentee, he's like, Mike, you're on TV, bro. Why can't you buy a nicer car? Because I drive a 2014 Ford Focus. And I'm just like, bro, I'm broke, just let me be.
I love that for you. I drive a 2003 Nissan Xterra. They don't even make them anymore. It's like a...
There we go. There we go.
Mike, I just have to say that you're so cool already. We were chatting with you and we were just like, oh, is he going to come on here and be all corny? And you're not. You're really great. So we're I'm really impressed already.
I appreciate it.
I don't know if that was backhand. I think that was a little backhanded, but
It was, but it's all good. it's all good.
Just we thought you were going to suck, but
no, you're right. I don't like to give compliments like that. You just seem super real and fun and cool and chill. So I feel like we're off to a great start.
Let's do it. Off to the races.
So just to gas you up a little more, because you are living in a hotel. You are living in a hotel in Austin. We asked our listeners before we recorded, like, what questions do you guys have for Mike Johnson? So I'm just going to read you a bunch of those.
You're starting with these?
Oh yeah, I'm getting right into it.
Oh, I thought you're gonna make it weird.
Yeah.
You're gonna start. Okay.
That's my vibe.
I didn't know that.
That's
Okay.
my vibe.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on a second. Ashley's not ready. Mike, what's your relationship status? Can you tell us?
Yeah, I'm single.
Okay. Love that for us. Okay.
I love that for y'all. I don't love that for my empty hotel room.
There's 2 beds. You can fuck all over that place.
Do you like to have a bed? Do you like the 2? I don't go for 2 beds, but Raina does because she likes.
I have 1 bed for my suitcase.
Yeah.
Your suitcase gets to sleep in like a comfy ass bed.
She doesn't like tuck it in. She just like puts it on. But I always go for like a king room, but Raina likes a 2 queen bed. Are you just taking what they can give you because you're like on a budget?
Yeah, I'm taking what they can give me, It's the points, the Marriott points.
Also, I feel like 2 beds is always a bigger room. Even if it's like an extra 20 square feet, it's a bigger room.
That's true.
Thank
I
you.
will give you that. That's
Okay.
true.
All right.
That makes
Okay.
sense.
Fair.
Okay, so you are spatially conscious. Okay, so Arla, yeah, I'm gonna make it weird right off the bat.
I didn't know you were going to do this to start. Okay.
I was just like, I'm so embarrassed. Don't do
She's like,
it.
oh my God.
I just didn't I haven't looked at these. Like, I don't know. I just got a glimpse. I'm like, what are we doing
People
here?
think we should make t-shirts that say like Ashley just screaming like Raina.
Yeah.
Okay.
Raina looks to
Definitely.
just like embarrass me.
It's true. I did do this morning. Like, this is the first thing I did. Okay. So Mike Johnson, here are the questions our listeners have for you. What is life like after The Bachelor? Also, what is your phone number? What is his type? Is he single? Because I am in love. Will he go out with me? If a woman asked you to spank her, how hard would you go? Will you will you marry me? When does he want to come get a piece of my fine ass? How did you get to be so fine? Tell him Alexis in Austin will leave her amazing sweet boyfriend for his yummy sweet ass. Will
Hopefully
he?
Alexa's boyfriend didn't hear that.
I should change your name. I did.
Alexa's boyfriend's outside the Marriott right now.
I know,
Like,
right?
Mike, come down right now.
Mike, I'm buying your 2014 piece of shit car.
Will he marry me? I'm already married, but we could do brother husband. And then people got kind of specific for the next couple ones. I have no questions, but Ashley better get with him. This is not a question, but fuck Ashley, get in his pants.
Oh my God.
And I'm gonna just answer. I'm gonna end on something I'd like you to answer. What makes you a good match for Ashley? Please be specific.
Cool. Yeah. Sorry, Mike. I didn't know those were coming till the end. I thought we would have known each other better before that happened. So, but no, it definitely answer that.
Definitely answer that. While you dress up like a taco, I'll make sure I eat the tacos, and then I'll make you laugh.
Guys, that's a Dale Moss reference. If you were, no, we were talking about dressing up like tacos, and when the spanking thing, when you just like had to interject and say hard, I did like that. So we'll talk after. We'll talk offline.
Okay, so you're living in Texas. You wrote a book last year that I was reading through this morning and just like reading the general topic. So maybe we could like start there a little bit. So you wrote this book. It's called Making the Love You Want. What was like the inspiration for doing that?
Yeah, I wrote it last year. It came out October 2nd, so we just hit our 1-year anniversary. It's pretty cool.
Oh, congrats.
It was World Smile Day, so it just so happened it all coincide that way. When I wrote the book, actually, if you see the dedication, it's dedicated to my friend Courtney. She took her life, and I just got pissed off at a lot of different things. I had a lot of friends committing suicide, and I saw this picture of this little girl, like 8 years old, on IG, and she was like looking at a Victoria's Secret magazine and hunched over and had some scissors and was like trying to cut her stomach. And I remember when I was in the military, my commander said, "Don't come to me with a problem unless you have a solution." And so I thought that this would be kind of cool from a male's perspective to write a book about self-love and like to also be a little bit vulnerable too.
Mm-hmm. I love that. I mean, I love that quote in general too. So, I mean, I feel like we're in like a weird place because we're in this world of like self-love and body positivity and everything, but also feels like people are probably more insecure than ever because of social media and like they are comparing, and you live in a world that can be, at least when it comes to the Bachelor franchise, like a little narcissistic and comparisons and everything's based on like followers and likes and all that stuff. So how do you stay sane and stay grounded in a world like that?
I'm not going to deny, right? There's been times where I'm like, damn, this person has 4 times the following or 2 times the following. We were on the same show, right? And at the end of the day, it's not my business. And then also the easiest way that I've been able to deal with it is I got some dope ass friends and family members.
Mm-hmm.
My sister keeps me in check. My homies keep me in check. Like, Mike, just continue to do you and stay in your lane, bro. You know, and so that's all. That's what I'm going to continue to always do. So that's very helpful to know that I still got my people that love me no matter what. It is kind of cool when, like, because we're talking about self-love and social media, right? And a lot of our following comes off of 2 things. 1, how good you look, and then 2, how nice of a person you are. I don't care what nobody says. That's how we get our followers from The Bachelor, right? So it is cool when someone's like, oh, you look better in person. That's a backhanded compliment that they give me, but I'm like, fuck it, oh well, you know? But like, I can't be mad at what someone else, who they decide to follow, who they decide to do. It's just wasting my energy, you know, wasting my happiness. I can be happy at something else in life.
Mm-hmm. I actually, that compliment, I don't take it negatively at all, because when you put something on social media, you're like, sometimes it has a filter, you know, it's just kind of like you chose like your best looking self. So when we meet people and they say you look better in person, I'm just like, that is 100% a compliment to me. Like, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, yeah.
But I can understand how you would feel, especially like in like Bachelor Nation, that this is like a crazy popularity contest, that you're up against hundreds of contestants and people that starred on the show, fan favorites, et cetera, that like it can really specifically feel for you like a popularity contest. But, you know, I feel like that. I think everybody feels like that. That's just in the world and in a social community. So is there like other stuff that like other self-talk you have to like make yourself feel like I don't need to compete in this contest?
It doesn't really get to me as much, but if ever it did and or does still, I say I'm Mike motherfucking Johnson. Mm-hmm. And that just gets me, that's like my personal motto. I swear I say it before I do a speech or anything. That's just, it makes me know that I am worthy. It seriously does. And also my phone, I'm like really big into this, right? You can't see it, but I have my apps clustered and it says like, I am cultured, I am resourceful, I am organized, I am wealthy and live in a hotel. I'm connected, you know, I'm open-minded, I'm punctual. And so I'm really big on that. Everything that I see is just positivity and love.
Well, and the friends and family is such a huge part of it.
I would share y'all a message. Mm-hmm. I got like 3 different group chats. One of them is just me and one of my homies. And the first of every month, him or I will say, it's a new month. How you feeling? How you doing? How's your mental? How's your finance? Like it's like a 3-minute, how are you?
I love that.
We check in a lot. Like I love my homies. They're great people.
That's really great. Yeah, like the first of every month, you're like, gotta check in.
It's the first of the month.
Wake up.
But I think it's really important. We say this all the time. It's important to just like build that network. And if you don't have that, you know, start thinking about ways that you can do that and invite more people into your life. Because I mean, ultimately at the end of the day, there's always going to be people that are better looking than you, more popular, richer, have a better job. I'm always going to be up against people that have like more of that than me, but like, that doesn't make me any less XYZ. And like, I think it's easy to get caught up in that cycle, but it's just like, if you're in it, you'll never get out of it. You got to just like free yourself from it.
Honestly, it's really no big deal if someone looks better, or someone got more money, and none of that stuff. The only thing that matters, because I tweeted this out yesterday. What did I say exactly? I said, fact. The way you carry yourself is sexier than the way you look. That's just how I feel about everything. I don't care what someone looks like. I don't care if you're on the cover of whatever magazine, the #1 TikTok girl. None of that matters to me. Like, if you cool people, you cool people. Mm-hmm. And that's just how I try to live myself. And for everyone listening, who really gives a damn about the exterior that someone else has? You don't know what they're dealing with behind closed doors.
Right.
So right before we started recording, we were talking to you about people dating you, like you dating in the real world, and somebody sort of like penalizing you for having this like big social following and having been on The Bachelor.
Exactly. Like I know lots of girls that have said to me, I don't like a guy that's on social media. I'm like, shit, I really don't care to be on social media, but I get paid. What you mean? Like,
right.
Like, you want us to be honest about it, right? So, you know, like what? Okay. Mm-hmm. I think that's just because like I probably have a bigger DM selection, right, than if I wasn't on social media.
Oh, that's maybe what they mean. Yeah, they're feeling like jealous or something.
Well, I mean, that's not my fault. They should just be a confident individual. Then at the same time, I have to do my job to instill confidence in them that I still want them and only them. So, I mean, don't penalize me for something that I've not done, you know? And so I don't like that aspect of it. Literally, I had this one young lady I was dating. We stopped talking. She started talking to somebody else. Then she called me and we kind of debriefed or whatever. And she was like, yeah, this guy that I started talking to, he was coming at me so hard and he didn't know me. He was kind of just hating, right? And like one of the rules in the man rule book is don't be hating on another dude, that especially when you don't know that man, right? And he kind of got in her head basically and made her feel insecure about herself to date me. And that's some weird stuff I never thought about when I go on TV and I come off TV, that I can make a woman feel insecure just because of a number that's on IG.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. I think it's ridiculous because I don't date just a girl with 1 million followers. I don't care who you are, really.
I think it can be intimidating to date a guy who was like, had such a large following and a female following at that. And those girls don't know you and they're sliding in like, I want to show you my titties. I want to like suck that dick, whatever people say to you. I'm sure it's classier than that. But I think it can be intimidating. But I also think at some point, like you have to say to yourself, like, I am worthy. I am good enough. Just because all these people slide in does not mean he's going to sleep with him. And if he dies, like, then that wasn't a person that respected me, you know?
Facts. It's the exact same way when a guy comes up to a girl at a bar, right? You know how hard that is to do, first off? Like, two are very attractive ladies. For me to come up to you in a bar, I have to have some level of confidence, right? And you as a woman will smell the lack of confidence off me, right? And so it goes both ways. I need a woman that is a confident individual. She can feel a type of way about that following, but I just need her to be confident and just know that I'm going to do my part to instill that confidence within her.
Yeah. And we always say, like, you can't, because people get jealous and insecure and then they kind of try to control. And it's like, you can't ever, you can't monitor someone at all times. So if you're like worried that someone's going to like cheat on you or DM, it's like they can do that whenever. Like you have to like release that need to control because you like literally can't, no matter how hard you try, you know, you just drive yourself crazy.
You know, the good thing about this is like a dig against me, but the good thing about a girl dating me, if she's in the public eye as well, is that it's going to be easy as fuck to know if I was cheating.
100%. It's easier to know somebody like you is
exactly. Like, so she should be in a really happy spot. Like somebody would, I've never cheated for the record, but somebody would be like, oh, that's Mike and some other bitch. You know, like.
Yes, 100%. For your regular ass men, it's so easy for them to pop down to Miami and meet some bitch and sleep with her. And that girl's not thinking, I'm going to tell Us Weekly. She doesn't fucking care about your dusty man.
Exactly.
You know what? We should all be trying to date famous people, okay?
People know who you are. Like, it's like Tristan Thompson. Like, how did he think he was going to be?
Get his dick rubbed in public at the club.
Like 8 feet tall. Just like everybody knows what he looks like. You know, I love this. This is what we should all be trying to do.
My bad to the regular homies out there. I'm a regular guy myself. Bad.
Yeah, I'm trying to only date dudes that, like, when they're in public, some bitch is going to take a photo and be like, your man's tripping.
Yeah.
I like this thing you talked about in the book, and I don't know if you want to like elaborate a little bit on it, but like, and it goes with social media. So we've talked about it a little bit, but like unchaining yourself from like the need for external validation.
Yeah. I do think that we all desire to be validated. I'll argue against anyone else in that regard too, because I think that there's a thing of toxic positivity as well, right? So I do think that we all desire validation, but it can come within. For example, right, I have asthma, and I feel so good when I go from hotel to hotel and I find my inhaler in my damn backpack without even thinking that I packed it, right? Because then I can trust myself. It's like, oh man, you took care of that, right? You can do it within yourself. You know what I mean? Like if I say I'm gonna go to the gym and I actually take my ass to the gym, it feels good to myself. I don't need it from no one else. It's something that I did, just me, myself, and I. Or I'm really, really big on being nice to people at like restaurants and stuff. And so if I make someone else's day, makes my day. I mean, there's a million things you could do in comparison to saying, damn, one of my homies from the show got better abs than me. Because a lot of them do, right? They still ain't Mike motherfucking Johnson.
Well, Mike motherfucking Johnson, take your shirt off. Let's see it.
Oh my God.
I've been single for like 5 days, and listen, it's just
oh my God.
I'm so much more eloquent within my book. I'm just like being raw right now.
No, we love it. We love raw. No, but I just think that's like, you have to maybe sometimes take a conscious effort to do these things. Like, I don't know. Yesterday was like on the Peloton. It's like, I want to get to 250 or whatever. You know what I mean? That has nothing to do with anyone else. No one else is in the room. This is just me and this stationary bike. You know, I'm not going to post on social media afterwards. It's just like a thing I'm doing alone. No one knows about it, that I'm like achieving. That's just me, you know? So I think being like conscious of things like that is important, because I think a lot of the stuff doesn't come naturally. People say like, how are you so confident? Or how do you this? How do you that? It's like, some of this stuff is, we all have to work at. I think even being happy is something people have to like work at. So why would you not work at the little things that bring you internal validation as well?
You're exactly right. It is something we got to work at. I think it's like Legos, right? Being confident, being happy, being positive is simply just one on top of another. It's simply that. Like, I'm 33, about to be 34 years old, right? So my homie, he told me something the other day. I've been this way since like 6th grade. I said something to him and he still remembered it from 6th grade. I'm like, wow, that's crazy. But just practicing at it every single day. That's all it is. That's literally all it is. You can absolutely love yourself tenfold if you just trust yourself. If you say, I want to do this and you actually do it. Like, for example, I want to read 40 books in a year, right? So 10 pages a day, you got to get to it, you know? But when you do that, it makes you say, damn, I actually can do something. It's literally the small things, I promise you. It's not in the big stuff. It's like, you know, when you're in a relationship, your spouse is always like, it's the small things that matter most. That shit is real.
I like
Except
this
for-
idea. What? Except for what?
Small isn't always best.
Yeah, we know.
Thanks, Mike. We know.
He's like, I want to clear it up.
He's like, I'm not small. It's the small things.
just clearing it up.
All right, take that out too.
What was this interview?
I like this idea of like.
Our assistant can only hear like our side of this because like we have our headphones in.
Mike took his dick out. You just can't see it. Ashley asked you if you wanted to be a part of this interview, and you said no. We've talked about this on the podcast before, but like this need for like external validation, and you can almost like get it by being nice to others. And every once in a while, I just like to like check in with people and be like, I like what you're fucking with. I like what you're doing. That looks great. You look great. Like I like what you've been doing on Instagram, like whatever. And like people always say like, how do I make friends? How do I build networks? Like that is how. Like check in with people and like talk to them about like what's up with them and what they're doing well. And don't do it to have some self-fulfilling thing where like people are nice back to you. But like it does build community to me to check in with people every once in a while and just be like, I love what you've been fucking with. I think it's really cool.
Correct. I think that we don't give people their flowers enough. Like I'll text one of the homies like, bro, what you did was pretty awesome. Right. Just out of the blue. Like, and it makes me feel good that I can, you know, share love to somebody else, you know, that's just what we should do. I'll tell my homeboys, which I shouldn't have to, but I do. I'm like, bro, you're such a great dad, you know, because all my homies have kids. Those little things, just telling people that, you know, I do it. It helps me out, makes me feel good, just to be a nice human being.
Okay. So all your friends have kids. Where did you grow up? I don't know. That's where you're actually from. Is it Texas?
I'm from Dallas originally.
Oh, you are? Okay. What's it like that all your friends are like wifed up with kids and you're not? I don't mean that as a dig. A lot of our listeners say like, you know, I'm the only person that doesn't have kids amongst my friends. Like, are you happy about that? Do you feel like I'm free? Like, you know, that's us. So I'm
no, because there's like times where one of my homies, he's like, bro, you can come over all the time. And I'm like, you got the lady and the kids there. You know, it's just like, I'm respectful, but it's a different dynamic. You know, when he was single, no kids, none of that, I just pop up there. Hey, bro, let's go. You know, but down, we have dinner. It's a family ordeal. We're probably watching a kid show because my niece, not going to say her name, but she has to watch her shows, right? And it makes me want, you know, children, definitely so. But at the same time, they tell me all their crazy ass stories. And I'm like, shit, you know, I got to make sure I find the right person, you know. So,
yeah, cool. Ashley and I say it all the time. Like, there's nobody in relationship that we look at. We're like, we necessarily want that, you know? So, so think about that, guys.
I feel like the move is always, you got to just go over when the kids are asleep. That's like, I feel like that's the women's way to do it. You go over, you have the wine, like when the kids go to bed. Like, I'm not going over, it's like bath time and we got to watch a kid's show. Like, I'm not trying to be a part of that. I'm like, what's their bedtime? Because I'll be over that. 9:30? Great. I'll show up.
He said they were sleeping. Good. I'll be there now.
Yeah. I want to ask, do you have anything you feel like you've learned in your relationships over the years that not that you would go back and do differently? Because I think we all live and learn and that's what makes us who we are today. But when you look back and you're like, God, I'm so much different now. I've learned so much of how to be a better partner, be a better dater, be a better person in relationships.
Yeah. The biggest thing is that it's okay to not have to talk all the time. Like I used to always be, let's say I was in this hotel room with my girl. Like, I think it's okay to be in your own world within that room, right? It's like little kids on a playground. They can be running around by themselves, but it's a bunch of people running around, right? I think it's okay to not, I used to be always on top of my girl. Like, if we're in this room, I'm holding her right beside the bed, right? And, you know, sometimes you want your own damn space, right? And so that was something I had to learn. Mike, it's okay. Let your girl stay on the bed and just chill by herself, you know?
Yeah.
That's so interesting because I feel like, it's like my love language is all the love languages, but I do like touch a lot. I like somebody on top of me at all times. And I think that so many women do want that. So it's interesting that like you were so extreme with it that people were like, you can stay on the other side of the room.
Hey, maybe that was just her. I'm thinking about my ex. She was an English woman, so it may be different. I don't know.
But I know what you mean by needing to like physically separate a little bit and feel like I can do my own thing. And just because we're not physically together every second, touching, talking every second, doesn't mean that there's like this divide between us.
Yeah. So there's like a parallel play, associated play, and ISO play, right? And so we could be, let's say it's Sunday football. I'm watching my football, right? Watching my Cowboys. And it's okay that we could be on the same couch and you on TikTok or whatever the case may be. And we're still together, but we're in our own world, if that makes sense.
I love that so much. I would always say that, like with an ex of mine, like I would be like, I'm going to be there Saturday for your football games, but I'm going to be doing my nails. And like, I would get my whole like nail set up. And like, I even said that the other day, I was like, I just want to be like in a room with people. I really like being around people. I'm an extrovert, but not always talking and needing to be on. So it's like, I like that we're all kind of in the room working. We can all have our headphones in. We can all be doing separate stuff, but there's still like a sense of community and there's like a presence. Like you're not alone, but you're not needing to fill the space and talk so much. And it kind of felt like to me, like maybe that's what you were saying. Like, did you feel a need to like always be talking, always be communicating? Yeah. Like you can just. Yeah.
Ashley's like, I want to go out to lunch with you and not talk to you and be on social media. We do that. But we don't fight in Denver. We sat down at lunch. Ashley and I spend every waking moment together. Not every moment, but we spend a lot of time together. And we were at lunch together and she was just on her phone the whole time. And I snapped at her and like everybody in the restaurant watched us have a fight.
I love quality time when we're physically together, but doing our own.
She does. There was one morning I was at your brother's house recently and me and you and your dad were talking on the porch. Me, your dad and your mom were talking on the porch and you were there. You were just on your phone the whole time. You do love that.
I like to be, I want people around, but just don't bother me. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah. I like to talk to people too, but I get it.
Like a cat. You know, the cats sometimes want to be in the presence, but leave me the fuck alone.
Wait, that is so true. I'm a dog person. The dog's right here. He didn't want to make an appearance today, but I think as a personality, that trait, it's more that. Like, I want to be here. Don't touch me. Don't try to cuddle with me. But I just want to be in the room.
Yeah, I'll come to you when I want you. You know, yes. I'll rub up against you when I want you.
Oh, that's so true.
We just had a therapy session right now. I feel so good.
I know. Mike got me all figured out.
You guys are going to date. It's going to be so cute.
I can't wait. God. It's going to be so great. I'm going to move to Texas, not pay income tax.
Should we wrap up with like a bachelor question or two?
Yeah, sure.
Ashley's like, no. And Mike's like, no, I agree. People just want to know, like, would you be the next bachelor if people asked you? We think you should. We know you're the fan favorite. Would you do it?
I don't think they'll ever want me to be the bachelor.
Okay. But like, because you're like too spicy and like too cool and like not.
No, I'm not too cool, but I am spicy. I'm always say what's on my mind for sure. Definitely so.
You cannot be managed.
Yes. I'm trying to say is like in the way that I would never be on the show. You know what I mean? And now like kind of like Rachel Lindsay has been this like outspoken person that like over the years has gotten even more and more where I feel like the franchise was like, damn, you know, and I love that. I feel like, she's just such an icon in my eyes. And so I don't know, like you kind of need to be a person that they can make you who they want to be a little bit.
Yeah, that can't happen to me.
That's what I'm saying.
Well, I think that's better. I forgot if you or the writer in this thing that I was reading compared it to the popular vote in the electoral college. And you said like, I won the popular vote, but I can't win the electoral college. Like the powers that be won't let me do it. And I agree with Ashley. Like, I don't even know that I would necessarily like, I'm not good for television. I am like the person that's always in the principal's office, always in HR. Like I would not
always
be good
in HR.
I was the kid who's every single year the teacher wrote on the report card, like Raina cannot be controlled. She will not stop talking.
Yeah. Ashley has problems with authority, whatever.
You guys understand me. You understand me.
Yeah. Yeah. I always say that like we see people, and this is not a dig, like I think there's a lot of problems within the Bachelor franchise, but I've always watched the show for the most part. I've kind of outgrown the traditional show. I like Bachelor in Paradise still. but I feel like we see people as a contestant on the show and then we really like them and we think they're like really fun or funny or spicy or whatever. And then they become the next Bachelor, Bachelorette. And we're like, they're kind of boring. Like they're kind of like, they become more produced. Like there's so much of them, you know, we saw these like little tidbits of their personality and then they are just, it's so much. And I feel like it's probably really exhausting. Someone said this quote, they were like, I feel like we've seen Matt James's like more of his personality in this snippet of a trailer from Dancing with the Stars than we did all of the season. You know what I mean? Like we don't really see who these people like really are when they're like so controlled within the franchise.
Well, I think it's to all the leads. I think it's hard on them as well because you know, the show has a structure that they like you were saying, and you got to fit into that structure. You know, I remember when I was auditioning to be the Bachelor, I was like, look, nothing against country music, but can we get like some R&B in there?
Never.
You know, like,
right.
You know, so it's kind of like, so I feel for the leads as well. I was with one of the leads this past weekend, and not consider name, and we were just talking about it. Like, it is hard. It's hard for them to completely 100% be themselves. But I'm sure at the same time, it's probably on them as well. Like, I'm sure it's 50-50 because they also want to perform well, so they may be portraying themselves in a certain light. I think it's probably a mixture of both.
Yeah, if I was the lead, I'd be like, everything I say is gonna be shown. Like I would be so wary of like getting not coming out the right way. And I think it's also just tiring. Like I remember watching Ben Higgins. I just thought he was so cute and so great when he was like a contestant. And then when it was his season, I was like, he looks tired. Like he's just
they are tired.
That's what I'm saying. Man, I was like,
I feel for the leads at times.
Yeah. Like how do you even get your full personality up when you're like, oh my God, I like just want to take a nap.
Yeah, they're extremely tired. Like me, I think it was a blessing that I never had watched the show prior because like I'm on the TV with my do-rag on. I'm just being myself. Like I don't really care. You know, this is what it is. This is what you're going to get. And so now, you know, I know that every single snippet that you say, everything you say can be judged. That's what people. It's so funny. It'd be these people with Christian like a Bible verse in their bio that be talking the most about us. But I ain't going to get into that.
Every single time somebody says something terrible about me on an Instagram comment, I go to their bio and it's like love, happiness, live and let live. I'm a psych major. So, you know,
it's always we were talking about the D'Amelio show and Charlie D'Amelio said, most of the time, a girl that comes at me and says something so mean has spread positivity in her bio. Like it's like astounding.
It's so true. Like this is my one thing that women probably don't like that I say. Women talk so much shit about the Kardashians, but 80% of their goddamn followers are women. It's not the men. It's the other way. And so it's like, come on now. Where are we going to be at on this?
It's a lot of woman on woman crime out there on the internet.
Yeah.
I had, one more question. It seems to me, tell me if I'm wrong, like you're talking about your friends and your friends that you check in on. It seems to me like you have a large circle of friends that are not part of The Bachelor. Is that accurate?
Yeah, I was at ACL this weekend with my homies that are not on TV at all.
Yeah. And I love that because sometimes I like see these people just become only friends with each other. I'm like, did they have friends before? Like, I'm always just like, it seems like they become this like clique and you never, but maybe they're just not like posting stuff with their other friends. But I think that's probably so important to stay grounded is to have a close circle that's not people that are on TV.
Yeah, completely. I completely agree with that. But I think it's a bit of both, right? So when I'm with my TV homies, whether Bachelor or some other show, it's an understood thing that you're going to take pictures, that people are going to come up to you, XYZ, and it's all good, right? When I'm with the homies pre-TV, they may be like, bro, I ain't taking no goddamn picture of you. If some girl come up to me and don't ask my name and just says, oh my God, Mike, hey, here you do, take a picture, which has happened. I feel bad for my homies. I'm like, his name's so-and-so. Can you please, respect him as a human being as well? And so you get both of it, right? And then when it comes to social media, if I were to post my homies and I will get 60% less engagement than if I were to post somebody on TV, which is absurd, right? But that's how the cookie crumbles.
My audience wants to see me or me and Ashley, and that's about it,
Yeah.
But I think that I think it's natural to want to gravitate towards people that understand your experience. I mean, I can't even tell you how many sentences I start to Ashley where I say like, you're the only person I'd ever say this to, but XYZ, because, you want to be with people that understand your experience, but you got to also stay like grounded, of course.
I'm super grounded. There's not many of us in Austin. It's just like 3 or 4 of us. That's not like New York, LA, Nashville.
Right. Well, I would just like to wrap up by doing a callback to a former question of what you think makes you a good candidate for dating Ashley.
This is going to be so awkward. I don't want to end it on this note.
Do you feel like you guys are gonna date?
Raina,
would go
you're
on a
making me
date?
uncomfortable.
Would you shut up? Would you go on a date? Listen, we go to Texas. We'll be in Texas in January. We'll be in Dallas and Houston.
You should come to a
Please
show.
Come to a show.
me
Up
up.
to New York. We are going to sell out the Beacon Theater. Ashley is selling out the Beacon Theater in December. Come to a show.
Let's go.
Bella is so uncomfortable. Everybody's uncomfortable. Mike, I do want to ask you though, just what kind of, this is not for me, sort of asking for a friend, but what are you looking for? Like, what do you like in a partner?
You know, I get asked this question that when I'm by myself, I'm like, how should I respond to this? And I always forget. I come up with like the perfect response and then I forget.
We have time. We'll wait.
No, you said we have time. We'll wait. I can only say what
You can
comes
pull
up
your
in my
notes
mind.
out.
Okay.
I mean,
What is
right?
coming up in your
I do
mind?
have my notes. Someone who is adventurous, someone who has a passport, someone who is my biggest cheerleader, but then also my biggest competition. You know what I mean? Like, so you're a comedian, right? And let's say I am a influencer, let's say that, right? I want you to support me, but then also I want to see you doing amazing things as a comedian so I can support you. I'm like, damn, my girl, she's on it, right? She's doing it. You know, that I find that attractive. I find that extremely attractive when my girl has her own world.
I love that. Bella, can you grab my passport? Should we just want to
That
flash
is
it?
Ashley. If you just go to girlsgoteat.com, you'll see all the shows that we've sold out. So Ashley's doing great.
I love it. I love
Thanks.
it. I love it.
Mike, thank you so much. This has been so great. We appreciate you coming to us from your hotel room. We hope you get a home soon. We hope you upgrade that Ford Focus. And no, I'm just
I'm not upgrading Ford. That's staying. I'm riding that thing till it breaks.
He's like, that's how I stay grounded. And then guys, listen to his podcast, Talking It Out. You recently had 2 of our recent guests on. So you had Dale Moss, you had Kendall Long. So they've been on the show and they were really great. So they can check out the episodes really recently, right? In the last few weeks.
Yeah,
and the show is new, right? Was it new this year?
Yeah, this year, January came out. We just had Dale on maybe like 2 weeks ago and Kendall on maybe like a week ago. So yeah.
I should have waited for Dale to break up with Claire and then interviewed him.
Oh my God. Well, the table hasn't even spoken on that. So I feel like
you could have had the exclusive, but now we're going to
get it. And he's going to wear the taco costume.
We don't know. Actually. We'll harass him to come on.
I'm going to text him right now.
So am I.
I just texted him. All right. Well, tell everybody if you want to, your podcast, Talking It Out, and then plug your Instagram account, your website, whatever you want to let people know where to find you.
I'll plug this right here. Go to bbbs.org. That's bigbrothersbigsisters.org. Become a mentor, especially the fellas out there. We kind of slacking in that regards. And then if you want to check out my podcast, I think it's pretty dope. Talking It Out.
Awesome.
Okay. Well, thank you for being here. This was really so great. And you have been such a good sport. I know I'm such a fucking creep. So thank you so much.
No, I love it. Thank y'all for having me.
All right.
I do
Thank
appreciate
you so
it.
much. All right. Bye.
Bye.
And you guys know where to find us, girlsgoteatpodcast.com for everything. Show tickets will be announcing more soon because there's not many tickets left for anything besides Cancun. Merchandise, please sign up for the newsletter because we will make announcements, especially regarding the live shows there first. Girls Gotta Eat Podcast on Instagram. Raina is Raina.Greenberg on Instagram. I am Ash Hess on Instagram and TikTok. Girls_Gotta Eat on Twitter and YouTube.com/Girls Gotta Eat. And we will see you next week.
Have a good week, guys.
Bye.